The slap echoed so sharply through the bar that even the music seemed to choke mid-beat. Glasses froze midway to lips. Conversations died in their throats. Every head turned toward the man towering over a woman half his size, his hand still raised, his breath hot with alcohol and anger. She didn't flinch. She just blinked once, slowly, almost sadly. And that's what made the room go still, not the slap, but her reaction. Because no one who had ever seen fear before acted like that. Her name was Lena Hale, and 5 minutes ago, nobody in this run-down coastal bar knew who she was. Now, they were about to learn why entire platoons whispered her name like a ghost story. But for the moment, she just stood there, calm, her cheek reddening from the hit she hadn't even tried to block. The drunk man, Briggs, snorted with false bravado. "What, cat got your tongue?" Lena glanced at him, not angry, but disappointed. That's when the bartender, an old Marine named Cohen, muttered under his breath, "Oh, God, please tell me that ain't her." He stared at the woman like she was a fragment from his past, an old rumor materializing. But Briggs didn't hear him. He shoved Lena again. "Say something." Lena finally spoke, voice soft but solid. "You don't want to do this." A whimper of unease rippled through the bar. A few patrons backed away. A couple of bikers who had been laughing earlier suddenly stopped. Because Lena Hale wasn't just any woman. She was the myth, the ghost, the Navy SEAL they said never existed, until she did. Chapter 1, The Night That Broke Her. Before she ever stepped into that bar, Lena had already lived through things most couldn't imagine. She grew up in a small Montana town where trouble was easier to find than opportunities. Her father, her hero, was a retired Navy diver. Her mother, a nurse. And her brother, Will, was everything she admired. The night he died in an ambush during a humanitarian mission, Lena's world cracked. She volunteered the next morning, grief forging her resolve into something unbreakable. The instructors laughed. "SEALs, you're 5'4". Go home, kid." But Lena didn't break, didn't bend, didn't stop. During Hell Week, she lost 23 pounds, 2 toenails, and nearly her life, but finished with the highest mental resilience score ever recorded in her class. The men who had doubted her no longer smirked. They saluted. Lena Hale became the team's quiet anchor, the one who risked everything but told no one about it. She saved 6 soldiers during a failed extraction in Syria, pulled a pilot out of a burning helicopter in Afghanistan, walked alone into a village held by insurgents and came out with 2 kidnapped aid workers alive. But she never bragged, never boasted, never even corrected people when they assumed she was just support. Years later, after losing too many friends and carrying too many ghosts, she retired early. She didn't miss the danger. She missed the purpose. Chapter 2, The Bar Where Everything Collided. Lena had come to the bar that night simply to breathe, just one drink, one quiet moment, 1 second where nobody knew her name or her past. But the universe rarely grants peace to those who hide from their shadows. Briggs, already drunk, had been picking fights all evening. He'd pushed a waitress, mocked a blue-collar worker, and broken a glass on the floor just to watch someone clean it. But when he grabbed Lena's wrist, mistaking her silence for weakness, everything changed. "Hey," he sneered, "I'm talking to you." Lena tried to step away. That was when Briggs slapped her. And all hell paused. Cohen the bartender paled and whispered urgently to the bouncer, "Get him out before she reacts, he has no idea who he just touched." But it was too late. The fuse was lit. Chapter 3, A Room Holds Its Breath. Briggs lunged again, but he never reached her. In one clean, fluid motion, so fast most people saw only a blur, Lena sidestepped, gently caught his wrist, and guided him to the ground. Not slammed, not struck, not injured, just controlled. Briggs lay there, confused, too stunned to even fight back. Someone from the corner shouted, "What the hell was that?" Cohen answered, voice shaking, "She's Navy SEAL." A murmur rolled through the bar like a shockwave. "No way, you're kidding. That tiny woman, oh, he's dead." But Lena just stood there, hands lowered, breathing steady. Briggs scrambled up, too embarrassed to walk away, pride burning hotter than pain. He swung wildly. Lena stepped aside again, one hand on his shoulder. One shift of balance, and the giant man collapsed onto a table, breaking it clean in half. The bar erupted, not in chaos, but in stunned silence. Lena looked at Briggs once more. "Walk away," she said, "or I'll defend myself, but only if you give me no choice." Her voice wasn't threatening, it was tired, exhausted. worn from years of violence she never wanted. Finally, Briggs saw it. Not fear, not anger, but strength carved from heartbreak. He limped out without another word. Chapter 4, The Secret She Never Meant to Reveal. When the door closed, no one moved. Not even Lena. Cohen approached slowly. I knew a SEAL Hale once. Best operator I ever met. Wasn't you, was your brother, right? Lena nodded, eyes stinging. I'm sorry for your loss, Cohen whispered. She shrugged gently. He died saving people. I just try to honor that. A biker with tattoos down his arms stepped forward timidly. Ma'am, why didn't you hit him back? Lena looked around the room, at the shock, the fear, the awe. I didn't become a SEAL to hurt people, she said quietly. I became one to protect them. Something changed in the room then. Respect settled like dust after a storm. People who had judged her size, her quietness, her presence, now saw the warrior she truly was. Not because she fought, but because she chose not to. Chapter 5, The Moment That Inspired Them All. An hour later, the bar slowly filled with conversation again, gentler, kinder than before. The waitress Lena had defended approached her. Thank you, she whispered. Nobody's ever stood up for me. Lena smiled softly. You didn't need someone to stand up for you. You just needed someone to remind you that you deserve better. The woman's eyes filled with tears. Cohen placed a free drink in front of Lena. You gave this place something tonight, he said. Not fear, not a fight, but a reminder. A reminder of what? Lena asked. That courage doesn't always roar, he said. Sometimes it stands quietly, with a hand still at its side. Lena didn't respond. She didn't need to. For the first time in years, she felt something she thought she'd lost. Purpose. Final message. What the night meant. As Lena walked out into the cool night air, she realized the truth she had avoided for so long. Strength isn't proven in battles. It's proven in restraint, in compassion, in choosing peace over violence, even when you're capable of ending the fight instantly. She hadn't walked into that bar to be a hero, but she walked out having reminded an entire room of something powerful. Real warriors don't fight because they're strong. They fight only when others need them to. And sometimes, the greatest battles are the ones we refuse to start.